Sega's history can be traced back to 1940, when American businessman Martin Bromley founded Standard Games in Honolulu, Hawaii. The company initially imported and distributed pinball machines and other coin-operated games to military bases in the Pacific. In 1952, Bromley moved the company to Japan and renamed it Service Games of Japan, or Sega for short. Service Games quickly became one of the leading arcade game companies in Japan. In 1960, the company acquired the assets of Rosen Enterprises, a competitor that had been importing coin-operated games from the United States. With this acquisition, Service Games gained access to a wider range of games and technology, which helped it to expand its operations. The 1960s and 1970s were a golden age for arcade games, and Sega was at the forefront of the industry. The company released a number of popular games during this period, including Periscope, 1966, Gunfight, 1975, and Space Invaders, 1978. Sega's games were known for their innovative gameplay and graphics, and they helped to popularize the arcade game industry. In the 1980s, Sega entered the console market with the release of the SG-1000. The SG-1000 was not a commercial success, but it helped to lay the foundation for Sega's next console, the Master System. The Master System was released in 1985 and became a major success in Europe and South America. In 1989, Sega released the Genesis in North America. The Genesis was a direct competitor to Nintendo's NES and eventually the Super NES, which engaged in a fierce rivalry known as the Console Wars. The Genesis eventually won the Console Wars in North America mainly due to its lower price, but it was unable to defeat Nintendo in Japan. In 1994, Sega released the Saturn in Japan and North America. The Saturn was a technical marvel, but it was poorly marketed and expensive. As a result, it failed to compete with the PlayStation, which was released by Sony in 1995. In 1999, Sega released the Dreamcast, its last console. The Dreamcast was a critical and commercial success, but it was unable to turn around Sega's fortunes, mainly due to the ease of playing pirated games and the bigger success of the PS2 and GameCube. In 2001, Sega announced that it would be leaving the console business. Since leaving the console business, Sega has focused on developing and publishing games for other platforms. They have also expanded into mobile and social gaming. Sega is still a major player in the video game industry. The company has a long and storied history, and it continues to produce innovative and popular games.